video was uploaded to Reddit by a user named Thaddeus Cord. His father drives the same route to work every morning, leaving before sunrise when the roads are still dark and empty. And for months now, he's been experiencing something really creepy. The road he travels is notorious among locals. It's well known for its frequent traffic collisions, but also for its ghost sightings. Urban legends say the spirits of those who passed away in crashes still haunt the area, appearing to drivers when it's dark and foggy. A dark figure can be seen at the roadside. Some believe it's a trick of light, maybe the car's headlights reflecting off the fog or something by the side of the road. But others think the figure looks like the shadow of someone about to step into the road. Thaddeus' father is convinced that this is a ghost caught on camera. But what do you think?
Welcome to the future of press wires. EIN Press Wire. Everyone's internet news press wire.
This next scary video was shared by a young woman named Sarah. Sarah was staying at a hotel in the Lake District, a scenic area in the north of England. She was in her bathroom filming herself getting ready, applying makeup, just standard content for her social media. But then she starts hearing something that makes her blood run cold.
Hello? Hello?
Sarah calls the hotel reception, asking if any of the staff were outside her room. They confirmed no one had been sent to her floor. She became convinced her room was haunted, that something paranormal was trying to make contact. The ghostly activity continued throughout her entire stay, forcing her to check out early. So later, uploaded another video, and it makes the whole thing even spookier.
The person I was working with, he says, I'm going to walk you to your room. He opens the door straight away for no reason whatsoever. He just says, I feel like we should change rooms. Just something off about it. It didn't have a nice vibe. We go our separate ways, and I decide that I'm going to film myself doing like my skincare routine and stuff. And I had one of those like sticky phone cases, like, you know, the ones that you put in the back, and I had my phone against the mirror, and I heard this massive thud. Like the thud was so loud that it knocked my phone off of the mirror. Then I hear another loud bang, and it actually physically makes me jump, and I think that is included in the video if you go back and watch it. Like I physically jump, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Because it sounded like somebody like had opened the door in my room. That's how loud it was. So I leave the bathroom and I go and look around the room and I can't see anything. And then I just decide randomly to open the cupboard, and I'd already hung up all my outfits for the next day. Every single outfit, like I had a blazer, I had a dress, pair of jeans, whatever, they were all on the floor. This is the weird thing, the rail that holds the clothes, that was still up. So it wasn't like I'd hung something that was too heavy and the rail itself had fallen down. That was still perfectly in place. But these three hangers, they were all now on the floor. It sounds like somebody is trying to get into my room. So at this point I'm thinking, okay, I don't think a member of staff would be doing that. So I call down again and they confirmed that no, they actually haven't even sent somebody up to check just yet. I start to pack up all of my stuff, and whilst I'm doing that, I go into the main like bedroom area, and whilst I'm on the phone to her, the lights go off.
This is an everyday invitation to feel alive. It's a multivitamin and a mindset. So nourish your mind and your body with it.
On the phone to her, the lights go off.
A man who works in a mine somewhere in the USA uploaded this next creepy clip. So far, I haven't been able to find the original video, but here's what I have been able to find out from my research. A miner and his crew have recently been hearing some unsettling sounds in the depths of the mine where they work. Sounds they've never heard before. The miners have searched the tunnels many times and never found anything that could explain the noises. Until one day, the miner is recording a routine work task on his phone when he inadvertently captures something on camera. As the miner records, a small, dark figure can be seen in the entrance to a deeper tunnel. Whatever it is, looks like someone crouching. But when the camera pans back, figure has vanished. After the video was posted online, comments flooded in from people who claim to know what this creepy figure was. Some people think it's a Tommy Knocker. According to mining folklore, Tommy Knockers haunt mine shafts. They are described as small and humanoid, lurking in the shadows of underground tunnels. They're known for tapping and knocking on mine walls, which is how they got their name. Many think they cause collapses, steal tools, and even lure miners into dangerous areas. Several mines around the world are believed to be haunted by these such creatures. Whether or not the miner really caught a Tommy Knocker on camera is up for debate. But if not, just what the fuck is that? The Home of May Roast is a social media account that had been inactive for years. That is, until July 2023. Suddenly, a series of videos appeared on the page. In the first video, the man who runs the account explains that he recently moved into a new apartment. For a week or so, everything seemed fine, but then he began experiencing what he believes is paranormal activity. One night, as he's lying in bed about to go to sleep, his bedroom door suddenly creaks open. Creeped out, he grabs his phone and starts recording.
Okay, so this is my apartment, guys. So I moved here in around July, and at least I think about it was like last week I moved in, and I saw half of his face, but it looked like right ghosting. I don't know what it is, but very weird. It was very weird. But then all of a sudden, it's just crazy. Oh snap! What the heck? What the heck? Hello? What the heck? Y'all see that? Yeah, that thing drove by sound. It just no wind dragging nothing. Look at the fan, look at that fan, the fan on it. What the heck? Y'all saw that, right? This is what I'm talking about. It's doing it by itself. Nobody there. The freak is wrong with this?
He explains this kind of thing has been happening frequently. Doors open by themselves, and he often hears strange sounds echoing through the apartment. A few nights later, he hears something and starts recording again, hoping to capture evidence of whatever might be haunting him. In the darkness, at the end of the corridor, something appears to be moving before it disappears from view. Then, a few nights after recording that footage, The uploader stands in the same corridor when he feels it again, the overwhelming sensation of being watched. He can't see anything in the dark, but remembers that sometimes cameras can pick up things the human eye can't see. So he snaps a picture with his phone, and this is what he caught. What appears to be the head of something can be seen peeking out from the darkness, staring directly at him. After seeing this, the man and viewers of these videos were more convinced than ever that he was being haunted. But since posting these clips and the photo, he has gone silent. People who've been following the account are left wondering just what exactly has happened to him.
No matter what numbers you play, when you're at your favorite Keno spot, it's all ready to win.
This next clip was uploaded to the subreddit Paranormal Encounters by a user named Lower Boysenberry50. The OP is a young man who lives in an apartment with a friend, and for weeks now, they've been noticing strange things. The OP says that he and his roommate have seen objects moving on their own and heard unexplained sounds that wake them in the middle of the night. It's been so bad, they've started to believe their apartment might be haunted. One evening, the OP is home alone since his roommate is out for the night. He's sitting in the living room when he hears something coming from down the hallway. When he looks up, he sees his friend's bedroom door wide open, which is strange to him because he's certain it was closed a second ago. Then he sees something that makes his heart stop. Through the crack in the door, the head of something with long hair can be seen staring at him. For a second, he thinks it's his roommate playing a prank on him, but then, with a sinking feeling, he remembers his roommate isn't home. The OP sits frozen, unable to move, staring at the ghostly face watching him from the darkness. The head, whatever it is, doesn't move. It doesn't even blink. It just stares right at him. That's when the OP starts to think that what he's looking at might be something paranormal. Viewers took a close look at the photos and the video, and many are convinced this is genuine paranormal evidence. The way the head appears to float, with no visible body beneath it. But what's your opinion? Is this really evidence of something paranormal? Let me know. On January the 24th, 2025, a man from Villahermosa, Mexico, uploaded footage to the internet that has left viewers puzzled. He claims that late one night, he captured something impossible on his home security camera. In the clip you're about to see, the man shows his security footage, explaining that he has caught an alien on camera. Here's what he caught.
Vean la cámara sale y entra el infrarrojo. Vean eso, pero ustedes ahorita ven la luz, se ve muy rara, vean ahí. Ahorita les voy a mostrar a ustedes. Eso que se ve ahí es una esfera. Yo ahorita la estaba viendo, es una esfera. Pero ahorita les voy a mostrar quién trae en la mano esa esfera. Vean ustedes y vean cómo se desaparece. Vean lo que hace. Vean lo que hace. Vean lo que hacen y vean, se va. que se ve. Es increíble. Viene lo más bueno. Viene lo bueno, mi gente, vean. Vean lo que está ahí. Vean, esto que está aquí es un ojo. Y acá está el otro ojo. Vean, un ojo y el otro ojo. Vean eso. Vean esto que está aquí. Y estos son los ojos. Ahora vean. Vean eso. ¿Lo ven? ¿Lo ven? Vean eso. Yo he estado viéndolo detenidamente y lo veo y no lo puedo creer. Vean eso. Ahora vean. Vean, ahí mueve la cabeza hacia abajo, vean. Vean.
The night vision camera shows an orb of light suddenly appearing in the man's home. Then, from the light, something emerges. With a large head and big black eyes, it looks disturbingly similar to what many describe as a grey alien. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, it disappears. The man says he captured genuine evidence of an extraterrestrial being that night, and viewers, well, most of them believe him, but others aren't so sure what to think. Some suggest it could just be a glitch in the infrared camera creating a pareidolia effect. But the man insists what he captured is real.
No harsh side effects like gas, bloating, cramping, or sudden urgency. Relax, free your gut to free your mood.
Hi, I'm Melissa Roxford. Check out an all-new season of The Hunting Party Thursday at 10, 9 Central on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Now, just for you lovely ladies and gentlemen, I thought I'd add a bonus to this week's video as a thank you for putting up with my voice while I'm full of a cold. So, this clip is a bit weird. And before I hear fake in the comments, let me point out that yes, obviously it isn't real in the slightest. So the video is titled, What in the Backrooms Was That? And viewers who've seen it, let's just say they were pretty spooked by it. Because, well, it's pretty creepy. So, without spoiling it, I'll just roll the clip. The man reaches a door, but as he opens it, he hears something behind him. He looks, but nothing's there. But then, when he opens the door, a woman in white appears right in front of him, and the man flees in absolute fear. Thanks so much for watching. If you're up for more scary...
What's that? Normal goes exploring an abandoned factory that has become number 15. ILMN Bono Paranormal goes exploring an abandoned factory that has become a haunted place
full of many ghost sightings ever since an accident cost several workers their lives 60 years ago. Soon they discover firsthand exactly how paranormal this place truly is. "12 days later, he returns for more.
The big hole is there and no way. No.
He says he's done, but he doesn't mean it. Everyone keeps begging for him to go back, and so 6 days later he returns for his final paranormal exploration at the haunted abandoned factory.
You heard it. There is something.
When you go back and look again, it does look like a shadow figure is caught on tape.
Oh my God! Did you see that? It's not here anymore. I don't know if you saw that, but it was standing right here.
Standing just around the corner is a patch of darkness that is brighter than the rest. Was it a ghost sighting or somebody standing around the corner? Based on the other paranormal activity he's caught on camera, I think we all know the answer to this real ghost sighting.
Continúa la tradición de comer bien con grasas buenas y cero azúcar.
Avocados from Mexico.
When I went to Anytime Fitness, I was 6 months sober, and that's become my place of
Sighting. Number 14. A YouTube channel called Secret Guides puts out this video in 2017, claiming it was video evidence of paranormal poltergeist activity sent to them by a subscriber who was living in a very haunted place.
See, this is what I get all the time. Do you hear that? The banging? I'm the only person in this flat right now. I don't even know where it's coming from.
They creep around their apartment as more weird things are caught on camera, each moment creepier than the last.
What is that?
The scary noises won't cease, and now the television has turned on.
Where did that even come from? What is that?
A shadow figure silently slinks across the doorway, and when he goes into the next room to investigate, it's gone.
It's definite. Oh God, you saw that, right? That looked like a human. There's no one here.
This creepy video looks convincingly paranormal, but when I emailed Secret Guides to find out more, he told me they've since discovered the video was fake. Apparently a second person was walking around making the knocking noises and turning on the television. As for the shadow figure sighting, notice how they never checked this side of the room. Their friend must have been hiding in the corner where they never looked. I have no reason not to believe what he says, so I guess this video is really made up. If you see this video somewhere else, now you know the real story. An important lesson to take away from this video is not to be immediately fooled by a high-resolution ghost sighting. And don't feel bad if you were fooled, because I was too. Number 13. A YouTuber named Ghost Chic believes she has a problem in her home of the paranormal variety. One day her dog just starts patrolling the living room, as if on guard even though there is nothing out of the ordinary and no strange noises. I'm wondering if it is annoyed by something on television, or at something we can't see standing there.
Then it's okay. It's okay.
Whatever it is, he seems satisfied that it's gone for now, but then he tries to track it. Meanwhile, notice how the smaller dog doesn't seem to care at all.
Is everything okay?
Done.
It's definitely weird, although maybe it could have just been a bug or something, but still, that doesn't explain how on a different day, both of her dogs get up to see who's at the door. The door opens and I think I might see a shadow pass through, though it could be the outside light. As soon as she's coming in to see what's wrong, the barely discernible orb passes overhead, unseen to her at the time, but caught on camera nonetheless. And when she later goes ghost hunting using a Kinect in the same room, she detects a spirit by the window.
I went up hand so you can see that there's no one else over there with her. No one's on my curtain.
Then something eerie happens. So is this a paranormal encounter? Or is this person waving their hand at 38 seconds, also moving it with their hand during this part? I'll let you decide. Number 12. A camera pans across a white room filled with antique furniture and creepy collectibles, which is already bad enough, but when it stops at a tall old mirror, they seem surprised to find a childlike silhouette filling out the frame. As they are studying the child in their shaky gaze, a pair of identical orbs float above her head as two pinpoints of light become barely visible, almost like she is turning her head slightly. I guess this shadow child could simply be a large doll. However, even if this was the case, as far as I'm aware, only the eyes of the living can reflect light like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a lifeless doll should never have glowing eyes. The person recording sees the eyes and tears up the steps in a hurry. They would later refer to the event only as the girl with sparkling eyes in the dark. Number 11. The Stones River Paranormal Team is investigating a haunted courthouse in Tennessee when something truly bizarre happens. One of them is talking about how cold their hands feel when all of a sudden...
And I can definitely get okay with you.
One of the double doors leading to the bathroom unlocks and swings shut. The team tries to recreate the situation to see if it's just a loose hinge or a faulty lock, but this doesn't seem to be the case at all. The door has no problem staying open for the rest of the night and doesn't shut again. Long before this particular room was remodeled, it was used as a prison for captured Union soldiers. During the Civil War, it only makes sense that paranormal activity would occur in this historic corner of the courthouse.
On ESPN, it's always championship season. Always.
Number 10. Is This the World's Angriest Poltergeist? Published by Paranoiacs in December of 2021. When the crew arrives at this place in the mountains, they quickly discover they're not alone. They enter the building and hear more and more banging noises. When the camera turns toward the door, a pale face can be seen briefly peering around it. More banging erupts upstairs. And it sounds like things are being thrown down to prevent the crew from coming up. They head back outside and the banging continues. This has sent one of the crew into hysterical laughter. Then the door bursts open. Back inside, things are still being thrown around. They head back to the stairs and finally venture upstairs, despite the poltergeist not letting up. Back on the ground floor, a large iron pole is thrown. And what sounds like footsteps are heard above them. When When they make it to the top, they probably wish that they hadn't. After more torment from the poltergeist, something again peers around the corner. Is this what's causing all the mayhem? If so, the power coming from this small figure is terrifying. Number 9. A British YouTuber named Scouse Mouse only stayed in his home for 3 more days after recording all of these objects in his kitchen moving on their own. I find the 2-liter of Coke to be interesting because the liquid appears to move before the bottle does. Watch what I mean here. Play it in slow motion and you'll see the contents inside moves shortly before the bottle is launched. I don't think that the contents inside would move like that if it was being pulled by a piece of string. Number 8.
This is not like your regular staircase. This is not like where you can look directly all the way to the first floor.
A man knows his apartment building has a ghost in the stairwell.
It's a creepy place.
He nods politely at someone going downstairs. Time passes and then he notices something strange.
I haven't heard of Mexico. That's the weird thing.
He saw someone enter, he heard them go down the steps, and yet they never leave.
Hello?
More weird sounds is the only response he gets. He seems like a different person in a video update 6 months later, much more cautious, like a lot has happened to him in the time since.
Creepy things have been happening here. And I know this place is definitely haunted.
This is where things get weird in a creepy way. The door he just came through is now open, and downstairs is a dark space that suddenly clears up.
What is that? I gotta look at that. That was a shadow figure.
When he goes to where the alleged shadow figure was, nothing's there. Here it is one more time, zoomed in at 22 seconds. I might see a small figure, but help me decide if it's paranormal or just my imagination. Number 7. Poncho is patrolling his campus as a security guard when he and his partners see some strange activity coming through the window. The lights are flashing on and off at the same time in every last room on the first floor. It looks like they are standing outside documenting the event instead of rushing straight in. And you know what? I don't blame them, because I would definitely wait for backup if I saw this too. Or maybe I would try to find some non-haunted places to work at instead. Places to work at instead. Number 6. The Paranormal Nightmare team is facing off with a demon in this haunted home. When the team requests that the demon interact, it responds in kind.
Hit something hard for us.
Same.
Then this series of events sent chills down my spine.
Josh!
What?
God, seriously, yeah.
When one of the crew gives some advice to the other, there's immediate retaliation.
Don't be nice to it, it's a demon. I'm up here longer than you.
Just don't be nice to it.
Something hit me right in the eye. It's under your name.
And when they tell the demon that they're sticking around, he responds,
We're not leaving, we're gonna stay here all night.
Oh, okay.
The demon even shares his identity.
What is your name?
After which it charges one of them.
Oh, no. Dude, something just came running at me. Holy. Dude.
And becomes defiant.
Whoa. Jesus. Okay.
Well, and that went off and said, oh, dude, that was so.
That was right in here again.
In my opinion, this house is 100% haunted. Can anyone get rid of the demon within? I suspect there's no telling what it'll do. Number 5. A YouTuber named Mark Johnson and his group are conducting a paranormal investigation in the Cave of the Winds, a supposedly haunted underground location in the Colorado wilderness. Apparently, whatever is down there with them lacks patience and will not wait until they're finished setting up equipment to begin.
Probably kick on the spirit box here in a minute.
Almost.
None of them hear the noise until they review the tape, which I find strange because the camera picks it up so well. The sound was either truly paranormal or possibly just their equipment dragging across the ground. A short while later, they catch 2 orbs while walking, followed by this scream. I think this scream was probably a supernatural encounter because it happens in the middle of an otherwise regular conversation. But listen to this part and tell me what you believe. Finally, this bizarre unseen light source magically flickers after Mark Johnson asks for spiritual confirmation.
Is there anybody in this part of the cave here with me?
What's weird is how the shimmering effect goes away when Mark shines his flashlight over the patch of land. There's really no reason for an object to suddenly stop reflecting light like that, especially when it was just reflecting light 2 seconds earlier. In my opinion, the reflection should have grown brighter when put in a direct beam of light, not go away completely, which makes me think all of this is real. Number 4. Is this a magic trick or a paranormal being? Shared by YouTube channel Kisa Weba, this video is currently trending in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. I was unable to track down the original source. A man is driving down a dark road when suddenly a nightmarish creature stands blocking his path. I'm not sure I would have honked at the hooded figure. I definitely wouldn't have gotten out of the car, but this man does. When he approaches the figure and asks it to move, he attempts to pull off its sheet, but he soon regrets it. How did this robed figure hold its form? Where did it disappear to? If this is any kind of magic, I think it's the dark kind. Number 3. Some property owners just can't let go. Posted by Sour Sweet Gone to the Ghosts subreddit. The previous owner of this restaurant makes his jealousy known. The security footage shows some employees behind the counter at the restaurant preparing some paperwork. No customers are present, and that's probably a good thing. Suddenly, a framed picture on the wall falls straight down onto the one below it and flips over onto the floor. One of the workers literally throws his hands into the air while the other jumps, covering her mouth in astonishment. According to the Redditor, the picture that fell was an award for the new owner's restaurant, as the previous owner soar about their success. Some of the comments suggest the nail or wall fastening fell out or broke, but the Redditor has an answer for that and says the nail was still in the wall and the way it was hung made falling on its own seem unlikely. So what do you think? Broken nail or jealous ghost? I think that's a pretty fair explanation about the nail, so I'm definitely leaning on the side of the paranormal.
However you book your hotel, first check Kayak to see what lots of people say about where you're planning to stay. Then do what people do. Recheck sites Kayak already checked. Beach bike rentals. Sounds cool, if only you'd learn.
Number 2. This next strange and possibly real ghost sighting video occurred after hours at the Maramba Boxing and Sporting Club in Australia. One CCTV security cam recorded this glowing apparition walk out from the bathroom right towards some of the gym equipment and then abruptly head off camera. It's not a bug walking across the camera because the figure assumes a more solid human form as the moments pass. If this is a paranormal being, then I'm pretty sure it's no longer covered by a lifetime membership. All kidding aside, I think this ghost sighting might be real, and it seriously creeps me out. What you're about to see defies explanation and might just haunt your dreams. What's interesting about this image is the ghostly figure it showcases. What we're seeing here is nothing short of terrifying. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. Our next entry reunites us with Dark Ghost, a Russian paranormal investigator who has encountered some truly terrifying entities. However, this latest video quite possibly takes the cake in what he himself describes as the scariest house he has investigated. An email with coordinates brought Dark Ghost to the location in question. According to the message's text, the girl who sent it claimed an elderly couple once resided there and experienced countless disturbing occurrences, mainly from the home's basement. Among them were unexplained noises, including full conversations and something attempting to open the basement from below. After the couple passed, the home was inherited by their relatives. However, they refused to move in, and the home has been abandoned ever since. Dark Ghost's investigation starts off quiet, and he states he hasn't experienced anything, and it is already reaching 11:30 p.m. He then proceeds to set up stationary cameras, and that is when the activity starts. Not long after he leaves the room, the static cam witnesses a glass move on its own, sliding close to the edge of the shelf it is on. None of the other glasses are disturbed, and it wasn't knocked by anything, as it wouldn't slide in such a manner if it were. It is almost as if something is either pushing or pulling it. It is then tipped off the edge and breaks. Dark Ghost was in the middle of explaining to his camera what he did when he heard the glass break, and that's when things get really crazy. Without warning, the entire house begins to aggressively shake, enough to send bricks collapsing from the ceiling. This lasts only a few seconds before ending just as suddenly. Dark Ghost, while stunned, thankfully is uninjured and moves in to assess the damage. As he is inspecting the kitchen, where the static camera is, he is startled by what sounds like a floorboard being pushed up, followed by several loud bangs from the other room. sound either like a fist pounding against a wall or floor, or very heavy footsteps, but it is difficult to tell. Inspired by what has happened, Dark Ghost decides to start an EVP session in an attempt to communicate with whatever is there. He starts by asking if anyone from the spirit world is present, and despite receiving no immediate answer, eventually the device comes back with "Help us." He continues to press for the entity to identify itself, and soon after it responds with, "We've been trapped." When asked where, it responds, "He trapped us down here." Earlier, when Dark Ghost heard the floorboard move, it has been covered in rubble. It again requests help and asks Dark Ghost to open the basement. However, 30 seconds after this request, something else appears to come through and say, "Don't open it," followed by, "They're lying." Clearly, there are multiple spirits communicating, each with contradicting requests. After several more requests to open the basement, an entity replies with a chilling phrase, "I will deliberately eat your heart." By now, it is clear one of the entities there has malicious intent against Dark Ghost, and while he initially states he will not open the basement, and receiving some talk back as a result, curiously gets the better of him and he decides to lift the floorboard and venture down. At first he attempts to use an RC car fitted with a camera, but unfortunately the camera battery dies. Despite his better judgment, he ventures down himself. After a few minutes of crawling without incident, he stumbles across a small bone in the dirt. As he takes a closer look, a sudden noise as if something hitting metal can be heard in front of him. At the same moment on his static camera, left a hole to the basement, a shadow figure can be seen against the cupboards in the kitchen. As it vanishes, he emerges and claims to have heard hissing from below. As he is working to get the boards back in place, a very loud hiss sends him rushing out of the hole. This proves to be all he can take, and all for his safety, he returns the board to the floor and decides to leave it for the night. Something in the home clearly wants out, and to cause harm, but one must wonder who the other poor soul trapped with it is, willing to warn others not to fall for the lies the other spirit says.